What is up, everybody? Soundspeed here, and we are back to watch the second part of My Little Pony Turnabout Storm. In between the time of the first episode and the second episode, I have taken the liberty of sitting down and playing through Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, and oh my god, that game is phenomenal. I have been addicted to it ever since I've touched it a couple days ago, and that's partially the reason why this video came so late, was because I sat down and started playing and just could not stop. So that game is phenomenal, and I have familiarized myself with at least the first game's worth of Phoenix Wright lore. So that having been said, I of course am going to continue to play those games as we go along, but I have gotten a little bit more of a handle on the Phoenix Wright universe and what exactly is going on. So I understand the characters more, I understand the backstory more, and I think I'll get a little more enjoyment out of Turnabout Storm, but I figure before I get addicted into another, Phoenix Wright game, that I want to sit down and get this done and over with. So, without further ado, why don't we hop in? This is My Little Pony Turnabout Storm Part 2. And we are back.
No matter how long you hide, the finger of justice will never lose sight of you.
Phoenix Wright's finger of justice. Alright, here we go. Ponyville District Court, June 10th, 9:45 a.m. I'm hype.
Coffee. Need coffee.
Iced coffee.
I told you, Phoenix, we didn't have any.
That bed was way too small. I hardly got any sleep last night.
It wasn't designed for someone as tall as you.
And I'm starving.
Spike and I offered you breakfast, but you wouldn't eat it.
Was it hay?
Sorry, but I don't eat hay.
I knew it would be hay.
Stop whining!
I'm not whining, I'm complaining!
Do you want to hear whining?
Sorry, Twilight. I'm just a bit nervous. I feel like such a rookie right now. I'm gonna be the only human being in that courtroom.
I'm actually excited. Who's gonna be the prosecutor?
Feelings mutual.
Hey!
What's up?
Can't you just say hello instead of blurting out hey like that?
What's wrong with you two? I should be the one that's jumpy right now.
I like that picture of Luna in the background.
That's right.
So, did you find any super awesome proof to clear my good name last night?
We didn't. But you know we're sure as shit gonna be objecting everything in that testimony tomorrow, today, later, in a minute, right now.
And who would that be? Fluttershy. What? Why is she testifying against me? She better not say anything dumb.
Did you do anything
Calm
dumb?
down, Rainbow Dash. Fluttershy wouldn't do that.
Twilight, do you know what the prosecutor's like?
The prosecutor? I forgot to look into it.
You'd think that'd be something important to look into, right?
I wonder what Edgeworth would do if he were in my shoes right now.
I wonder what he would do. Oh, what's this?
This is just like that one episode of The Steel Samurai when he meets the pink princess.
Oh, I love it. I love you, Edgy. When something smells, it's usually the
I'd like
boots.
the part of my brain responsible for that image lobotomized, please.
Does it really matter what the prosecutor is like?
It matters
Save
immensely.
a few. Most of the prosecutors in my world are always stuck up, smug, and arrogant.
Or murderers.
Don't worry. I don't think there's any pony in Equestria like that. Oh, no.
What was that? Oh god, really?
We meet again, Twilight Sparkle.
Is Trixie gonna be the prosecution?
Friend of yours? What's with the getup?
The great and powerful Trixie is no friend of Twilight Sparkle.
What are
She's
you
also got a
doing here,
kind of
Trixie?
shitty microphone.
Come one, come all, the great and powerful Trixie will be displaying her prodigious and cunning prowess as a prosecutor in the courtroom today.
I cannot wait.
Trixie is a mare of many talents. Does it really come as a surprise?
Kinda
As
does.
soon as Trixie caught wind of one of your pathetic little friends performing such a heinous act, Trixie jumped all over the opportunity to humiliate them as you humiliated Trixie.
Well, I hope you're ready to get humiliated in the courtroom!
Oh, are you mad? Don't worry, the great and powerful Trixie hears that you're going to be having a nice long vacation on the sun. That should get your mind off of things.
Why would she, though?
voyage.
Why, you?
Rainbow Dash, don't let her rile you up. It could look bad for us.
You want to keep your image, mate.
And what in Celestia's name are you supposed to be?
Me? I'm Rainbow's defense attorney, Phoenix Wright.
What?
Can I just say that while I was playing this game, I seriously was reading all the dialogue in this guy's voice?
Trixie's opponent is to be this hairless
This is the
baby.
ubiquitous Phoenix Wright for
From
me.
what Trixie has gathered, you are only here because Twilight's screw-up botched the spell. Ha! Trixie would never settle for a wretched-looking creature such as yourself for a defense attorney. Nor would Trixie blunder such a simple summoning spell in the first place.
For some reason, I highly doubt
Actually, Rainbow Dash, forget what I said. Go for it. Make
that.
it
No,
hurt.
Phoenix!
Gladly. Phoenix, Rainbow Dash, stop it.
You don't want to get
Trixie,
pulled over for murder
I didn't
again.
humiliate you. Please don't take this out on my friends.
It's too late for that. Now, if you will excuse Trixie, she must prepare for her grand debut as an extravagant and benevolent prosecutor.
I really want to see how this plays out, actually. I'm very excited.
Phoenix, you know what you said about prosecutors being stuck-up, smug, and arrogant?
Yes?
I guess we have those here in Equestria as well.
I was just kind of figuring it'd be one of those
She's a
Canterlot
traveling
ponies.
performer named Trixie.
I kinda got her name down a long time ago. She only said it about a dozen times.
She does talk in the third
She
person.
only said it 12 times, not a dozen.
Rainbow Dash,
Rainbow.
a dozen is 12.
Oh, I didn't know that. It would have been easier if you just said 12.
Anyway, how do you know that prosecutor, Twilight?
I didn't know her as a prosecutor. I don't even know when that happened.
Let's get some
She
exposition
phoned
Phoenix
a while
Wright
ago, showing off
style.
her magical talents.
If you can't tell, I'm a
Magical
huge fucking
talents.
Phoenix
Like
Wright
magic
fanboy now,
tricks.
by the way.
She kinda looked like a magician judging by the attire.
Yes, like me, she's a unicorn, and she had a habit for running her mouth about her magical abilities, claiming she was the most magically gifted unicorn in Equestria.
Running her mouth is kind of an understatement. She seemed to have some sort of grudge against you. What happened?
Oh, I ran her out of town and stuff.
Twilight totally showed up that snot by fixing up a mess she caused.
Well, yeah.
Trixie is just jealous because Twilight's better with magic.
The mighty
it's
don't
true.
flaunt their power. The sly eagle hides its claws.
Phoenix,
Who
I'm
said that?
impressed. I didn't know you were into proverbs.
What can I say? I should really tell her I just stole that one from a video game.
So, Nix, you think you can beat that stuck-up braggart?
I know he can.
Pot calling the kettle black. You didn't do it, right? I'm sure things will turn out fine.
This isn't Mr. Wright's
All
first
we can
murder
do
trial,
is
Rainbow.
believe in our
He's a
defendants.
professional.
Mia
Anyone
said
can
that
get you out
he
of
was a
this,
good
he
defense
can.
attorney.
No substitute for experience.
Right.
There's something bothering me though, Twilight.
What is it, Phoenix? You're not getting cold feet, are you?
No. It's just that this courthouse looks exactly like the one in my world.
Of
Almost
course it
exactly,
does. It
actually.
was inspired from human architecture.
Why would it be inspired off human architecture? Seems a little unnecessary if you ask me.
Humans have a commendable sense of justice. The way you humans uphold the law is what must have inspired the designers of this courthouse. Our criminal justice system also resembles yours as well, from what I've read, so you should feel right at home.
I just
So
hope justice
Equestria
swings in our
copies the
favor
Japanese
today.
legal justice
I really
system.
think the evidence we found will be enough.
It's interesting.
I hope so.
Hey, what's this thing? I don't remember us finding this yesterday.
Hey, that's the toy you were playing with yesterday, Nix.
Haven't encountered that in the games,
Oh,
though.
yeah, that's mine. Must have got mixed up in the evidence we found. And it's not a toy!
Whatever you say.
Can you hand that over here, Twilight? I should really keep a better eye on it. Maya will kill me if I lose it.
Sure.
I know Maya is
Here
now.
you go.
Seems like the kind of thing Maya would have.
What the?
Whoa! Are you two okay?
Phoenix, what was
Just
that?
had a Freaky Friday
I
moment.
don't know. It's never done that before.
You still haven't told me what that thing is yet. The
It's
light it
none
just
of your
emitted,
business, is what it is.
mystical.
It allows me to... Should I really tell her what it does? It would be awkward if I told her I can see deep secrets people are hiding.
It allows you to what?
It allows me to have good luck. It's a good luck charm.
Good save.
You say good luck charm, I say toy.
Yeah, you say fashionable, I say fuck you.
Don't forget who's defending you, Skittles.
Here's your charm.
Oh, Skittles.
I guess we need all the good luck we can get today.
Right.
Shut your mouth, Arizona watermelon tea.
Odd. It flashing like that when Twilight picked it up? It looks fine. I hope it still works.
Are you okay? You look a little worried.
It's nothing.
It's none of your business,
The
man.
defense and its co-counsel are to make their way to the courtroom.
Oh, who's the judge, actually?
Okay, Phoenix.
I'm interested.
The trial is about to start. Do your best.
Forget about the Magatama. I have bigger problems right now. Even with what little time I had to prepare, I've got to try my best for their sake.
You can do it, Phoenix. You'd never lose a trial. Except that one time, but, you know. Whatever. You fixed it, eventually. Oh my god, that's awesome.
Court is now in session.
Oh my god, it's an actual judge? What the fuck?
The great and powerful Trixie was
Hey,
born
what?
ready.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Your Honor?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Right. Fancy meeting you here.
You know him, Phoenix? That's great!
What's the
But I thought... What's going on here?
Last night while you were in bed, the princess contacted me about complications.
Complications?
Originally,
Such
Princess
as?
Celestia was going to preside as the judge, but the High Council members were concerned that her verdict might be biased.
But what's he doing here?
I thought, since we have a human defense attorney, I'd get a human judge as well. So I summoned
God
the
damn
greatest
it.
human judge, and he's a really nice guy.
I love the judge.
He took the
I
whole
really
thing
do.
a lot better than you did. I would have told you that I summoned him, but I didn't want to wake you.
That's kind of an important thing
You're
to bring up,
kidding me.
actually.
Are you sure you didn't summon the ficklest judge ever, Twilight? Oh well. As weird as this is, he seems to always give fair verdicts. I shouldn't be complaining.
Man, that's
Isn't
weird. I
this
did not think the
leader
judge
of
would
the
actually be
country?
here.
Can't you just say, too bad I'm doing it anyway?
Princess Celestia is our all-powerful ruler, yes, but every political decision must go by the High Council first.
So it's like
They
Congress.
represent the best interests of the citizens of Equestria. Naturally, this case went by them, and they wouldn't allow the princess to reside as the judge.
Understandable.
That's democracy for you.
Democracy is not rule!
Remarkable, Mr. Wright. They've shown me nothing but a good time.
All they've done for me is make fun of my hair.
Just
Enough
like all the
with this
humans you've
idle
met.
chit-chat. Trixie has a trial to win.
Show you,
That's
bitch.
correct. We have a trial underway. We'll have to catch up later, Mr. Wright.
That seriously is awesome,
expect
can I
you
just
are
say?
aware of the workings of Equestria.
Huh? The workings?
You see, this world operates a lot differently opposed to our world.
Twilight
How
Sparkle here
so?
showed me a bit, but I figured it's almost like our world, just with talking ponies.
No, no, Mr. Wright. There are many amazing things these ponies do that are a far cry from our world.
So why'd you take the time to inform the judge of these things instead of Phoenix Wright himself?
Could you tell me about these differences, Your Honor?
Well, Mr. Wright, the first thing you should know is...
Objection!
There's an objection
It's not
right
your
there.
fault this bumbling buffoon didn't do any research. We shouldn't be holding up the trial because of his stupidity and negligence.
I'll object to that.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Wright, but the prosecution is right. You should have studied Equestria before jumping into this case.
Yeah.
You could have reminded him of
Sorry?
that, to be honest. Like,
I'll try
in all
to keep you
fairness.
informed if we encounter anything that may work differently from your world.
Alright, thank you.
The trial will now commence.
alright, let's go.
Indeed, this drabble has wasted enough of Trixie's time.
I'm excited.
That third person thing is really getting on my nerves.
Very well. The prosecution may make her opening statement.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's
The
go.
great and powerful Trixie would like to start off by saying the defense has no chance of winning in this. Zero.
So she's like Von Karma.
Nada. None.
What kind of opening statement is that?
In fact, Trixie finds it insulting she is not given a proper attorney to wage battle with. Instead,
Dude.
she is forced to deal with this idiot.
Just get on with the
What's the
fucking testimony,
problem?
mate.
Please refrain from personal attacks on the defense, Miss Trixie. Can you please just get on with stating your case?
Please
There
do.
has to be some rule in the prosecutor handbook to be as unpleasant as possible.
Seems
Very
like
well.
it.
Trixie shall
Kind of a
dazzle
running
and
gag
enlighten
in the
you
series,
all on the
to
events
think
that
of it.
transpired that fateful night. On June 8th, around the 20th hour, Ace Swift, a famous Pegasus athlete, was murdered in the Everfree Forest. Unfortunately, we don't know why he was in such a place, but the Ponyville police force found his body there, and with the evidence and an eyewitness account, they were able to find his killer, Rainbow Dash.
Okay.
Can you please share with the court the evidence that points to Miss Dash's guilt?
Let's see.
Certainly.
This is it, Phoenix?
We'll finally have some light shed on what exactly happened.
That would be a
Ace
very
Swift
welcome
was
change.
electrocuted and killed instantly, as detailed in this autopsy report.
We add it to the court records.
That is a peculiar way to die.
Good to know.
Electrocution? But how? The crime scene was in a clearing. I saw no electronic devices or anything of that nature.
There were burn marks all over the
Let
place, though.
Trixie finish, you dunce!
Okay, he's allowed to object, you know.
Sizable burn mark on the back of the victim's neck. Unfortunately, we couldn't find the cause of it.
A burn mark?
That wasn't the cause of death, though. It was the electrocution that did him in. The investigators found decisive evidence pointing to Rainbow Trash as the assailant in this crime.
And what was that?
A storm cloud found right above the crime scene is what we believe killed Ace.
Wait, the voltage on those things is lethal?
A storm cloud?
Whoa!
You called that decisive?
Chord of
How
music.
could you
Let's
place
go.
blame on my client for that? Unless you're honestly suggesting Rainbow Dash can move around clouds and make them shoot lightning at will.
Phoenix? They can do that.
Why is everyone staring at me like that?
Oh, Mr. Wright.
What's her problem, Twilight? She can't honestly think someone can control weather. It's ludicrous.
You have to be the biggest imbecile Trixie has ever laid eyes on.
What's
Mr.
with
Wright,
you?
That's a
Can we get Mr.
Pegasus
Payne in here to do the
job
prosecuting
here in
instead?
Equestria. It's sort of what they do.
What?
They schedule and control the weather, Phoenix. When it rains, snows, hails, that's all the Pegasi's doing.
Oh.
Huh.
Sorry, my mistake.
Trixie knew you were incompetent, but this will be a walk in the park.
The defense will refrain from any more outbursts or they will be reprimanded.
Maybe you should have, I don't know, studied.
Okay,
I said I was
look.
sorry.
When a Pegasus
Can't
sets
keep
off a
hounding him
cloud,
for that.
the first bolt will always strike directly under it. This particular storm cloud bore hoof marks of the rainbow-colored loser in the defendant chair.
I'll show you who's a loser, you two-bit fraud!
I'd like to see that.
Order in the court, I say! The defendant will remain seated during the duration of the trial.
This is a disaster.
It's kind of blows
Naturally,
so far, to
the
be
body was
honest.
discovered directly under the storm cloud in
You got
question.
nothing to work
Trixie
with,
believes
dude.
this is a pretty open and shut case.
As do I. There aren't many ways to be electrocuted in the middle of the forest. Well, there was that one incident when I was camping with the bug zapper. It nearly fried my beard off.
But you're the
I
bearded
never saw the
gentleman.
judge as an outdoorsman. I'd like to ask some questions.
Fine then, Mr. Wrong. Ask away.
It's right. First off, how were the police notified of the murder? It was in the middle of a forest, right? Who reported it?
It was quite peculiar, actually. Prior to the crime, the police received a vague tip that wished to remain anonymous.
Now that's
They were being questioned more
suspicious.
thoroughly in the advent of the murder, though.
What was this tip?
All they said was, something big is going down in the Everfree Forest.
That's it?
Trixie told you it was vague. And due to the attitude of this anonymous tip, the police didn't respond as quickly as they could have, since the tip failed to specify a time when something big was going down.
Isn't that negligence? They could have saved someone's life.
That's true.
This is true, Miss Trixie. The police force should have responded to this tip more responsibly.
I bet Gumshoe would have been there
If you were
fast.
to meet this anonymous tip, you'd take them as seriously as the police force did. Any more questions, Mr. Wrong?
I told you it's right. I do have some questions regarding that cloud, though. How many times did the storm cloud strike? I noticed 2 charred areas that were quite a distance apart from each other on the crime scene.
Good
3
question,
times.
Mr. Wright.
After the cloud was activated by, you know who. The cloud operates by itself, firing lightning gradually whenever it wants, but never in the same place twice. It was only large enough
Oddly
to hold
specific.
3 bolts of lightning.
3?
Well, where was
The
the
first
third
bolt
bolt
was
struck?
directly under the cloud where the late Mr. Swift lay. The second one, we don't know where it hit.
Objection!
Oh, there you
Wait,
go.
Then maybe.
Trixie knows what you are going to say, and it's not going to work.
But
The investigation team combed the entire perimeter of the crime scene and didn't find any indication the bolt hit the ground or any trees in the storm cloud's proximity. It's truly a mystery where this bolt of lightning went.
hey, then what if it...
Ace was also wearing a lightning-proof suit that protects the body from lightning, standard issue for all participants in the Equestrian 500. It
Wait,
protects
but he
Pegasi
died.
from lightning when flying at high altitudes. The only reason the first bolt killed him is because it was aimed with precision at one of the exposed parts by Rainbow Trash.
I think that...
If the second
Okay.
bolt hit Ace directly,
She's
it
a
still would
fucking
have touched
cunt.
the ground,
That's
leaving
what I'm
burn
gonna
marks
say.
like the one under the cloud, even if he were struck while in the air.
The prosecution's logic is very sound, so I must overrule the defense's claim.
But I didn't get to say anything.
Fine, then what were you going to say, Mr. Wright?
Exactly what she said.
Then the
Come on, man.
defense's claims have been double overruled.
What
like a
about
double
the third
negative.
lightning bolt?
Since the storm cloud was important evidence, it was left on the scene undisturbed, and the investigation team witnessed the final bolt take down a tree east of the crime scene, as Trixie will show you on the diagram of this clearing.
Please do.
Right here is where the first lightning bolt hit, directly above the body. We know it was set off at 8:40. The second one is a mystery. We don't know where it touched down, but we are sure a bolt of lightning left that cloud at 8:50. The third bolt touched down at 11:35 p.m. when the investigation team was on the scene, so we can completely rule it out of the crime. It just took down a tree right here.
So that's what happened to that tree.
Okay. I'm putting my thinking cap on. I'm trying to see if I can
But
figure
how are
this
you
out
so
before
sure
he
of the time
does.
the first two lightning bolts touched down?
We were able to use cloud ballistics to confirm the second bolt left the cloud at exactly 8:50.
Cloud ballistics? You've gotta be joking. I better not question it, though. I don't want a penalty.
Yeah.
And the first?
That's where Trixie's eyewitness comes in.
It must be Fluttershy.
Since the first bolt was manually set off by a Pegasus, cloud ballistics can't confirm when it was fired, but luckily we have an eyewitness who saw it.
I wish to hear a testimony from the eyewitness. Please bring them out.
We don't want to press
Very well.
Fluttershy too hard, though, I'd reckon. That's gonna be a little...
State your name and occupation, please.
Huh?
Donde está?
Where's the witness?
I'm down here.
That voice.
Wait, Apple
Who
Bloom?
is that? I thought Fluttershy was going to be the witness.
I think it's my friend's kid sister. What does she have to do with this?
Your
What the
guess
fuck?
is as good as mine.
Yeah, I lost as well.
Perhaps we should get some boxes for the witness to stand on.
Like that one
There,
kid, the
much
samurai...
better.
The steel samurai case. There we go.
Howdy.
Oh, aren't you the most adorable little thing?
Now then, witness, state your name and occupation.
My name is Apple Bloom, and I'm a Cutie Mark Crusader.
Gotcha.
Cutie Mark. What? I did my research in Equestria, but I never came across anything regarding Crusaders.
What the heck is a Cutie Mark Crusader, Twilight?
It's hard to explain.
We were informed by a resident of the Everfree Forest this filly was walking home the night of the murder. Sure enough, she witnessed the first lightning bolt. The witness's occupation doesn't matter, though. What's important is what she...
What are you talking about? It does matter. As a Cutie Mark Crusader, it's my duty to crusade my talents everywhere so I can earn my Cutie Mark, even
So
if
what?
1/3 of the team is here.
I'm so confused. What on earth is a Cutie Mark? Is it a nickname of her boyfriend Mark or something?
It's bullshit. It's not true.
Symbol
I
ponies
did
are
not hit her.
members of
I
the
did
town.
not.
For example, the stars
Oh,
on
hi,
mine
Mark.
represent my expertise in magic and love for stargazing.
That's just... strange.
Actually, I wonder what my cutie mark would be.
I'd reckon it's an
Maybe a
exclamation
hand
point.
pointing an index finger filled with righteous justice. That would be amazing.
Listen,
Right.
sweetie, your job is to testify just like Trixie told you to earlier.
Hey, what are you?
Huh? Me?
Stop ignoring
defense
the great
attorney.
and powerful Trixie!
Yeah, you. I've never seen anything like you before.
I'm a human.
A human, huh? Is that your job?
No, that's my species. I'm a lawyer if you're wondering what my job is.
A lawyer? What's a lawyer?
A lawyer argues points and theorizes to defend someone in trouble.
Your
I like the
job
points
is to
point.
argue?
Well, yes, I guess it's kind of like that.
I knew it. There is a Cutie Mark for arguing. Wait
Hey,
till I tell
come to
Scootaloo.
think of it.
We were going about it all wrong. We can be
Can we
Cutie
please
Mark
have...
Crusader lawyers.
Can we please have Cutie Mark Crusaders,
The
like,
future of criminal
defense
justice
and prosecution
is looking
attorneys?
pretty bleak right now.
Witness, let's get back on topic. Testify as to what you saw last night.
No. I'm losing valuable crusading time because of you. This
It's not how court works.
What?
I don't have to listen to you. You're that snotty show-off Applejack told me.
You already talked to her once,
Snotty!
obviously.
Why,
You tell her, Apple Bloom.
I'm actually kind of enjoying this.
The defense will wipe that stupid grin off his ugly mug and the witness will cooperate.
Witness, can you please testify for us? Then you can do all the crusading you want. It won't take long at all. Besides, maybe you're a Cutie Mark Crusader witness testifier.
I love it.
Your Honor, How much shame do you have left after saying something like that?
Hey, I think you're right, mister. That cutie mark is as good as mine.
Alright, let's go.
Alright, witness. Tell every pony what you told Trixie earlier.
Fine then. Cutie mark crusader witness testifier.
Yay! Alright, let's see where we go. Witness testimony. Walking home.
I went to Cigar's place in the Everfree Forest to help her brew some stuff. After we were all done, I walked home along the pathway. Just then, I heard a lightning bolt. It was 8:40, but it didn't scare me. Then I found my way out of the forest and went on home.
Two things. How did she know it was
So there
8:40?
was
And
indeed
she said we
around
when
the
they were
time of
walking
death.
to it, so...
Mr. Wright, this isn't looking good for your client.
Please just let me cross-examine this witness, Your Honor.
She's a child, Phoenix. It might just be an overactive imagination.
I don't think so. I think she's being vague, if anything.
I
Vague?
concur.
Meaning, she's not telling us everything?
Precisely. I don't think this will be about finding a contradiction, more than about digging out those extra nuggets of information.
Alright, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Let's go. Or not.
Before we
Okay.
begin the cross-examination, Trixie knows all about sneaky, underhanded defense attorney tricks. If you dare press this innocent and fragile child too hard, you will be punished.
Oh my god.
She's right. You better not hurt this sweet little one's feelings, Mr.
Come on,
Wright.
Your Honor.
I know these tactics all too well. You will be forced to face the consequences if you do.
Come on, I already...
The kryptonite of Phoenix Wright.
Basically, yeah. Alright, let's go.
I went to Cigar's place in the Everfree Forest to help her brew some stuff.
Ooh, okay. We're already
Zora.
holding it. We're pressing.
Who's this?
She's a zebra, a friend of mine who lives in the forest.
There are talking zebras here as well? Oh, brother.
And you were helping her brew potions. What kind of potions?
Magical
I
ones.
don't know. She just told me to gather some flowers and plants outside the house.
Presumably poison joke.
The zebra told us she was making herbal ointments and medicines.
It
Nothing
was
out
Gilda.
of the ordinary.
I've heard it all. A zebra brewing potions is nothing out of the ordinary.
So what did you do afterward, Apple Bloom?
Well,
Okay.
after we were all done, I walked home along the pathway.
Okay. I misheard that. She didn't say
You
we.
walked home all alone. I heard that forest was dangerous. Definitely not a place for someone your age.
Thank
I'm
heavens
seriously
she's
like, the clock
right.
works in the brain,
There
they're
are
moving. I'm
terrible
trying to figure
creatures
this
in that
out before
forest.
he does.
Truth is, I wasn't supposed to be in there that late. I got grounded when I got home.
Serves you right for breaking your curfew.
Come on,
I
dude.
mean, you sure are a brave Cootie Mark Crusader.
Cutie mark crusader.
Mr. Wright, you are treading on very thin ice.
Come on.
I better be careful what I say to her.
Try not to be too hard on her, Phoenix.
I'm kind of on a handicap here, not being able to squeeze information as I normally would from any other witness. But I've dealt
What do
with
you do
children
with
in the past,
children?
and I can do it again.
I know with that one
So
kid in
you
the
have
Steel
children?
Samurai case, he just
You
kind
don't
of had
really
to
look like a father type.
beat around the bush.
No, I don't have kids. I meant I've dealt with children testifying.
Me with children. That'll be the day.
If the defense is done with idle conversation, please continue your cross-examination. And remember, gently, Mr. Wright, or else you'll be hearing my gavel banging an unfortunate fate for you.
Understood.
Yes, sir.
Clear as
Staring at me
crystal.
like he has the intent to kill.
Okay, Apple Bloom. Please continue.
I'm thinking his favorite pony is Apple Bloom.
Just then, I heard a lightning bolt. It was 8:40, but it didn't scare me.
We're just pressing all over
How
the place.
did you know the time?
Cigar's clock said 8:35 when I left, and I had been walking for about 5 minutes.
That lines up exactly with the time of death.
Why do you say it didn't scare you? No one asked you if it did.
Oh.
Okay, maybe it scared me a little.
A little?
Right.
Yeah, just a little. No big deal.
I don't think you're being honest with me, Apple Bloom.
You were scared shitless by that
Mr.
thunder.
Wrong is badgering the witness. Who cares if the lightning scared her? Penalize him.
Penalized.
She isn't giving us all the details as to what she saw.
I'll allow the defense to pursue this matter, but I'm warning you, Mr. Wright.
If you make Apple Bloom cry.
I understand. Apple Bloom, you need to tell the truth. Even if it may not seem like it, this is really important.
It is.
Someone's life depends on you telling the truth.
Oh.
Someone's life?
Yes. If you don't tell the truth, you may be ruining an innocent pony's life.
How could you live with the
I
guilt,
don't want
Apple
an
Bloom?
innocent pony's life to be ruined.
Then please tell us what really happened, Apple Bloom.
Need I remind you, you are under oath.
Lightning really scared me.
Then what did you do?
The noise scared me, and I ran off the path deeper into the forest.
Oh, there we
You
go.
ran off the path?
Yeah, I kinda got lost in the forest. I was really scared.
The witness will amend this to her testimony.
Okay.
Alright, there we go.
After the lightning scared me, I ran off the path and got a little lost.
How long were you
No
lost?
mercy for the
I was in
children.
there for a really long time.
How long exactly?
A really long time.
Okay, let's look at this a different way.
Okay.
What time was it when you got out?
Well, my house is 10 minutes away from the Everfree Forest. So I guess I got out of the forest at exactly 9 o'clock.
Her family can confirm she got home at 9:10.
Interesting. So you were lost
Okay.
for 20 minutes. That's quite a long time.
It's kind
It
of
was
like
really dark in there.
pants
Couldn't
wedding
see
leave.
anything.
I
Horrifying.
remember it being extremely dark in there as well.
I could find my way out of the forest while on the pathway because I could feel the dirt road on my hooves. But once I was on the grass, I couldn't tell left from right.
So you just
You don't really need to be able to
wandered
see to
around
do
blindly for
that,
20
though.
minutes?
I mean, you kind of
Yeah,
have
I
to.
thought I'd be lost
It's
in there
moderately
forever.
Do
visual.
not fear, little one. I'll defend you from all those horrible monsters in that dreadful forest with my gavel of truth.
The
Your Honor,
Tales of
please.
The Everfree Forest. Sounds like the title of a pay-per-view event.
I would
was
pay
especially
so much
scared
money
when
to
I
see
bumped
that.
into
I really would.
thing.
What
What?
thing?
You bumped into something?
Objection!
It's
Witness,
relevant.
This is the first time I'm hearing about this. Why did you not say anything to me regarding this earlier?
Because I don't like you.
Looks like Trixie's getting a dose of her own medicine.
I would
Did
hope
you
so. She's
suggest-
kind of a bitch.
What? What about her?
She just... Never mind, it's nothing important.
What?
If you say so, Twilight.
It's all
I'd like to
important.
know
Every
more
bit of
about this
information.
thing she bumped into.
As do I. Would you mind adding this to your testimony, dear?
Not a problem.
Alright, here we go.
All of a sudden, I bumped into something.
You bumped into something? What was it?
I don't have a clue. It was really dark. I couldn't see anything.
It was the murderer.
You have to know more about this.
But I really don't know what it was, Mr. Lawyer. Honest.
Objection!
Whoa.
Leave her alone, you jerk. She doesn't know what it was.
This
Yeah,
is
you'd like that,
important
wouldn't you,
information.
prosecution?
Just moments ago, you said she never told you about this.
I'm curious to know what she bumped into as well. Objection overruled!
You tell him, Judge.
If you enjoy hearing pointless information, be my guest. It was probably just a tree or a rock. I think the defense is just hopelessly grasping at straws.
Why does
What's with
Twilight
the-
keep randomly looking over at Trixie like that? I should ask her later. For now, I have to focus on the matters at hand.
Okay.
Okay, Apple Bloom. Just like how I asked you to think a different way about how long you were lost, let's think about this a different way.
What do you mean?
What did it feel like? What did the thing you bumped into feel like?
Was it soft like a pony?
Oh, that's right.
What is it, witness?
It felt alive. It wasn't a rock or a tree.
Alive?
It was alive? Please explain how you were able to deduce this.
Well, Your Honor,
It
I walked
definitely
into
felt
it
fur when
and I
bumped
just
into
stood
it,
there,
and I
feeling
could hear
it.
it breathing heavy, like it was really tired.
It was breathing? Could it have been a wild animal?
I'm not too sure. I know I heard it breathing heavily, though.
How did it react when you bumped into it?
When I bumped into it, it jumped a bit.
I would probably jump too if something bumped me in the dark.
How'd she
As
react?
would I.
Trixie wouldn't. Trixie is brave and courageous.
Objection!
Oh, shut up!
Almost right after, there was another bolt of lightning.
That must have been the second one.
But the thing is, it didn't scare me. Really, honest this time.
Why didn't it scare you this time?
I know this will sound strange. After it flashed, my eyes kind of hurt for a bit.
What?
That's not strange. Anyone's eyes would hurt if there was a sudden burst of light in pitch black darkness.
No, not that part, Mr. Lawyer. After that, I stumbled around for about a minute or two because I couldn't open my eyes. The flash of the lightning made my eyes sting, but when the hurting of my eyes went away...
This is all really
I was
important.
outside
Why
the
did you,
forest,
like,
just
amend this
like
out of your
that.
testimony the first time around?
What? But how?
There is only one way in and out of that forest, and that is the entrance on the pathway. The trees surrounding the forest outer perimeter act as a barricade. You can only leave or enter the ever-free forest from the entrance.
Or exit.
Unless, of course, you're a Pegasus, then you could just fly out.
That is certainly strange.
How could you go from being lost to outside just like that, Apple Bloom?
I know it sounds weird, but it's true. I was outside the dark forest after the lightning hit. I went straight home afterwards, and I got home at 9:10 like I said before.
So it took place at around 9.
Wait a minute. What did you just say?
I went straight home after I was outside the forest, because I was, you know, scared.
But you said you weren't scared.
Objection! The prosecution has some explaining to do.
What are you babbling about?
Let's
Apple
find
Bloom
out.
claims she got out of the forest at exactly 9 o'clock, when she saw the second bolt of lightning.
There we go. Called
Yes. So what?
I see you caught on. According to these cloud ballistics, you said the second lightning bolt struck at 10 to 9.
it. Oh.
So why did Apple Bloom see a lightning bolt 10 minutes after that?
Maybe...
Cool.
Cool.
It couldn't have been the third one, since that one struck down after 11.
Miss Trixie, this is a big oversight. Why is there a 10-minute gap as to when the child saw the lightning bolt?
I am interested in this as
Be
well.
quiet!
Okay.
You can't look at
Alright,
the... Fuck, okay.
the great and powerful Trixie is done thinking.
Forever.
And?
Trixie wants the defense to explain what this means.
Hey, you're just saying that because you don't know.
You're the one that brought up the inconsistency, therefore you should be the one to explain it.
Very well. There are two possibilities to this. Either what Apple Bloom saw wasn't lightning, or she's mistaken on the time. That is, if your cloud ballistics are accurate.
They are accurate, to the second. And this
Gotcha.
police family can confirm she arrived at home at 9:10. So the prosecution is under the impression what little Apple Bloom saw was not lightning.
What if the
That
Men in
is
Black
Trixie's
showed up in the
great
Everfree
and
Forest and they
powerful
flashed her
theory.
with the little memory stick?
What?
I can't believe you just fell for that.
But she stole
It could have been a giant Illuma bear the child bumped into, or something of that nature.
Illuma
Many
bear.
animals in the Everfree Forest have strange characteristics, including built-in lights.
So
She
like they're
probably just bumped
anglerfish.
into it and just happened to be near the exit of the forest and stumbled out in her daze. The great and powerful Trixie has explained this inconsistency in the witness's testimony.
You sure are very bright deducing something
God
like
damn
that,
it.
Trixie.
The judge pulls that shit in the real
Naturally.
game too. Like if you haven't actually played it, that's really
That
accurate.
was my deduction.
There's still a problem, Your Honor.
What is that, Mr. Wright? Miss Trixie seems to have solved the mystery of the time inconsistency.
Why didn't she hear the second one though?
But another mystery comes from that.
Do tell, Mr. Wright.
The real second bolt of lightning.
There we go.
Why didn't Apple Bloom mention seeing or hearing that?
Called it. See, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew
A
it.
valid point, Mr. Wright. Witness,
Yes?
did you not see any lightning other than the one at 8:40 that night?
Was it forged
I
evidence?
saw that one at 8:40, and that one after I bumped into that thing.
This is most peculiar. Trixie, do you have an explanation for this?
Well,
You wouldn't.
the defense will...
Objection!
You object to it,
Fool me
Phoenix.
once,
Do
shame
it.
on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I'm not gonna fall for that again. Besides, remember, it's your great and powerful theory after all.
What do you take me for, a fool?
Yeah.
Why, in fact, I do.
Low blow, Phoenix.
Oh come on. She's been
dare
shit
you?
talking the entire
Mr.
time.
Wright, that was
Come on. Like that's not even
Hey.
fair.
She's been putting me down all day long.
Trixie will show you, you spiky-headed ingrate. Do you remember why this witness is testifying?
Yes, to confirm the time of the lightning bolt striking.
Exactly, which she did. Anything beyond that is trivial.
Unless it contradicts the evidence.
Suspicious why this witness didn't testify to hearing or seeing the second lightning bolt. The fact still stands. The initial bolt was set off at 8:40.
Objection! But the second bolt...
Objection! You seem obsessed with that. Perhaps the reason the witness didn't hear it is that she was too far away. The clearing is 15 minutes away from the entrance. Maybe the sound didn't have enough volume to reach that far.
I agree with the prosecution. The witness did what she came here to do. Objection overruled!
That sucks.
No!
All right, this witness is free to go.
Aw, no.
Aw, that's too bad. You forgot take that! Ah.
The witness brought up some interesting information, but does the prosecution have anything more regarding the defendant?
Aside from calling him
Trixie
fat
has
or
this
ugly.
weather schedule.
Weather schedule? Like the forecast for each day? How is that evidence?
It's what the weather mare is given to know what weather to make in which areas of Ponyville.
I forgot about that. I still can't believe ponies control the weather. This sounds like some sort of twist at the end of a Twilight Zone episode.
Not really,
Lo
actually.
and behold, Rainbow Trash was scheduled to make several lightning storms at the eastern end of Ponyville. This is where she got the cloud from.
Oh, what's this?
The court accepts this as evidence.
Okay.
It's really starting to look like Rainbow Dash did it. But I can't give up.
What about motive? I was told murder almost never occurs in Equestria. What could drive my client to kill another?
Oh, that one is easy.
Because the question 500,
Please
right?
explain, Miss Trixie.
I'm trying to
Both
use
the
my
victim
thinking
and
noggin.
defendant
There
were
we
to
go.
participate in a monumental race called the Equestrian 500.
Damn it, she knows!
Damn it!
Phoenix, language.
Oh, sorry.
No, he's been able to
Victim,
say that
Mr.
kind of
Ace
shit in
Swift
court all the
has
time.
quite the record, completely undefeated in every athletic event he has ever competed in.
That is impressive.
It's like Von Karma, but
Indeed.
an athlete and not
Now,
ugly or
Rainbow
old.
Trash was probably intimidated by this and decided to get rid of him like a coward, making it easier to win. She is the top Pegasus athlete in Ponyville, after all. She has a reputation to uphold. She could then reap the spoils of the grand prize, flight lessons from her idols, the Wonderbolts.
You have no proof that's what she was thinking.
So, you have no proof that wasn't what she was thinking. Trixie doesn't need to establish a motive. How should Trixie know why she killed him? The point is, Rainbow Trash did it.
Let's hear your explanation on how the murder went down then.
Let's go.
Very well.
Alright, let's
Rainbow
elaborate.
Dash went to the Everfree Forest.
How can you be so sure she was there?
Weren't you listening to what Trixie said earlier? The cloud above the crime scene had her hoof markings. On top of that, some cyan-colored feathers were found around the clearing. 3 guesses as who they belong to, Mr. Wrong.
Rainbow Dash, what were you doing there?
Okay, continue.
She saw Ace hanging around the forest for whatever reason.
Why would he be hanging around that forest anyway?
That is of no concern to Trixie.
But it's totally relevant.
He had to have had a reason to go in that dangerous forest.
If you think it's so important, why don't you give us an explanation?
It's the prosecution's job.
Don't have one.
Thought so. Now let Trixie continue.
Do you think it's important why he was in there?
I know for a fact there must have been a good reason why he was in a place like that. I just don't know why yet. I wish I had more time to prepare.
Dude, you always
I
have
guess
one
it's
day
my
to
fault
prepare
for
for
being on
cases.
such
Don't
short notice.
be like that.
We're not gonna let that stop us, though.
Right.
Alright, Trixie. Continue your explanation.
Rainbow Trash saw him at the clearing and an opportunity to permanently retire him from the race, gathered some storm clouds, and boom! Friday Swift.
Objection!
Don't point that ugly sausage of a finger at Trixie.
How dare you?
You say Rainbow Dash scoped out the victim in the Everfree Forest that night and saw an opportunity to murder him.
Are you deaf? Of course Trixie did. Trixie is always right.
Except when she's wrong.
What? Blind is not being able to see. Deaf is not being able to hear, you idiot.
No. Blind is how I felt in that forest last night. I couldn't see my hands in front of my face without
Oh,
light
so then how would she have seen Ace Swift?
Even Applebloom testified to how dark it was. How could Rainbow Dash see Ace Swift in that darkness and plot to murder him on impulse? Explain that, Trixie. That is, if Trixie's always right.
You fucking tell her.
Got her, Phoenix.
I just have to keep the momentum on our side now.
Is the forest truly that dark at that hour of the night, Miss Trixie?
It really is.
Well, yes.
Then the defense has pointed out a flaw in your theory.
Why, are you mocking me?
No, I'm just debunking your flawed theory.
Too bad Trixie has an explanation.
Go
Care
for
to
it.
share it with us?
Rainbow Trash probably saw him enter the forest while he was still visible. Yes, that's it.
That
So
makes
how'd she
sense.
land the bolt, though?
She then followed him to the clearing and performed the dastardly deed.
I guess you'd
It
be able
is
to see in
dark
the
in there,
clearing.
yes, but if you follow some pony from the entrance, it would be easy to track them using your other senses.
Objection! Sorry, Trixie, but that's impossible as well.
What do you mean?
You said Rainbow Dash was scheduled to cause a storm on the eastern end of Ponyville, where you say she got the storm cloud from. The Everfree Forest is in the west, according to this weather schedule you yourself submitted to this court.
No!
Yes.
There's no way my client could have flown to the other end of town and back to get a cloud while still tracking Ace in that dark forest.
Mr. Wright is correct. It would take some time to travel back and forth between the eastern and western ends of town.
Thought you had Trixie there, didn't you?
What?
Premeditated.
You can't be seriously
What?
suggesting.
But no.
Yes, the defendant must have known he was going to be there, and unlike you, Mr. Wrong, Trixie has proof.
Oh.
The
What kind of
great
proof?
and powerful Trixie would like to submit this evidence.
A missing cloud report?
Go on, read the rest, Your Honor.
Storm cloud missing at 4 p.m. from eastern end of Ponyville. Weathermare in charge? Rainbow Dash.
4 p.m.
This can't be!
Shit.
Take a guess where that missing cloud was found, Mr. Wrong.
The scene of the crime.
Right above the Everfree Forest clearing.
My word! So the defendant placed it there earlier? This makes all the defense's objections null and void!
There's gotta be a reason she didn't submit that earlier, though. Like, she wouldn't just not
The
submit that
defendant
if
knew
it helps
Ace
her
was
case
going to
that
be in that
much.
forest, so she placed the cloud in that clearing well in advance.
But how could she have known he would be there?
Trixie will say this again, Mr. Wrong. Who cares? The fact is
Come
she
on,
did
you
it,
can't
and
just say
that
who
is all
cares
that
to
matters.
fucking...
What if some other pony moved that cloud?
If that were the case, yes, you could argue another pony moved the cloud. But the only two ponies in that clearing that night were Ace Swift and Rainbow Trash. Unless, of course, you have proof there was another Mr. Wrong.
Brown Feather, though.
I don't right now.
Then it is to be assumed that Rainbow Trash moved that cloud there in foresight that Ace would be there.
I've heard enough. With all this evidence applied, I can safely hand down my verdict.
Object! Okay, or you can hold it.
No, Your Honor! There still might be something we're looking over.
The prosecution agrees.
Huh? She's agreeing with me? Why?
Trixie still has some more evidence.
Oh.
This!
What is that?
We found this in the victim's bag on the crime scene. A little burnt considering what happened, but the contents are still unharmed.
What's inside? Wait, what did she get on the defendant's stand?
No! Please put that away!
The contents of this envelope are quite shocking. No pun intended.
I'm begging you!
Wait,
please
what's she
don't
hiding
open
in
it.
there?
Whatever's in that envelope really has Rainbow Dash spooked. What on earth is in there?
Fillies and gentle colts, Trixie will now reveal to the courtroom what secrets this mysterious envelope holds.
Please don't do it, Trixie!
She will.
I have a bad feeling about this. I hope whatever's in there doesn't hurt Rainbow Dash's case even more.
I mean, if the judge is already going to pronounce his verdict, then you know you really can't screw any... Like, you can't go worse than guilty.
Wow, Rainbow Dash, what a thought!
What was it? What? What happened? The judge doesn't know shit.
Interesting. What?
Oh, dear.
What was...
Or Rainbow Dash.
What?
My life is ruined!
As you can see, the defendant has some very bizarre tastes.
But you found that in the victim's bag.
What was the point in showing these pictures? How do they relate to the crime in question?
They were in the victim's bag, weren't they? They are important evidence. Do you think Trixie would be so low as to show these pictures for the sole purpose of humiliating the defendant?
Honestly, yes.
That's exactly what I think you did.
What were pictures like these?
What is on the
victim
fucking...
anyway?
Okay.
How should Trixie know?
You said these pictures were important evidence and you're not even going to explain why. Now I know you just brought them out to embarrass Rainbow Dash.
In any case, the court accepts these photos as evidence.
Evidence. Okay. Why in her right mind would she be doing this? What? Okay.
Can I declare my verdict now?
Object it!
Most certainly, Your Honor.
Phoenix, do something quick.
To be honest, I don't know what to do. I've never encountered
Object!
first-degree murder with a storm cloud before.
You said you wing it all the time, right? Well, wing it!
There you go. You gotta say objection.
Mr. Wright?
How are you so sure my client was at the scene of the crime?
Yeah, what's Rainbow Dash's
If I
alibi
recall
anyway?
correctly, she was picked up at her house, not on location.
Trixie already explained that, you imbecile. Her hoof marks were on the cloud, and her feathers were all over the place. You don't think that's incriminating enough?
I don't.
Yes, but the cloud could have been moved by someone else, and feathers could have been gathered from anywhere, just as hair falls from your head. I may not have proof yet, but it is a possibility.
Looks like this is going to drag out a bit longer.
It is.
Trixie has another witness that can confirm the defendant was indeed at the scene of the crime on the night of the murder.
This one has to be Fluttershy.
I wonder
Can't
what
wait.
she saw.
We're about to find out in any case.
The
Let's press her until she
prosecution will bring up
cries.
the next witness.
Oh, I bet the judge is gonna totally love her.
Witness, state your name and occupation.
There you go.
Witness, get out from under there and state your name and occupation.
What does that say?
Can you please repeat that, young lady? I couldn't hear you. Nope. Still couldn't hear you.
Maybe I can milk this situation to our advantage.
What do you
How
mean?
so?
Your Honor, this witness clearly doesn't have the ability to testify. Perhaps we should suspend the proceedings of this trial for another...
Oh, Mr. Phoenix!
Oh, god damn it.
You haven't died yet? There must be something very wrong. You look so frail and seem to be suffering more than ever right now.
I have a feeling
You
she
got the
doesn't
last part
have a
right.
lot of
Mr.
experience
Wright,
with
tell her to state her name and occupation.
criminal justice
please.
system.
But that's the prosecution's job. It's her witness.
This witness was being difficult when Trixie was preparing her earlier as well.
Given the circumstance, just do it, Mr.
Come
Wright.
on, it's court of law, you can't...
I mean, witness. State your name and occupation, please.
Never thought I'd be saying that line.
I'm Fluttershy. I'm an animal caretaker.
Is it true you saw Rainbow Dash leave the Everfree Forest 2 nights ago?
Oh my god. This is,
Right.
certainly going to be dragged out a little while
Is it
longer.
true you saw Rainbow Dash leave the Everfree Forest 2 nights ago?
This kind of backfired on me.
Yes, she seemed to be in a hurry.
So the defendant was indeed at the scene of the crime at the night of the murder.
Well,
Witness,
shit.
you will... Mr. Wright, tell her she has to testify.
Now I have to do your job too.
God
Your
damn
Honor.
it. This is kind of ridiculous.
Yes, Mr. Phoenix?
Can you please testify as to what you saw 2 nights ago when you saw
I
Rainbow
just realized
Dash
you haven't
leaving
been
the
blinking
forest?
very often.
I don't know what testify means.
It just means tell us what you saw that night.
It's,
yes,
what's it?
I
It's
can do
contraction.
that.
It's contraction of the words
Anything for you,
testicle and
Mr.
butterfly.
Phoenix.
I'll tell you what I saw.
During the night hours, I went outside to feed the chickens and the other ones. When I was near my chicken coop, I heard a lightning bolt in the distance. And it scared me. After I
Yeah.
finished feeding my chickens, I saw Rainbow Dash flying away from the forest, like something was chasing her. I called out to her, but I don't think she heard me.
Presumably at like 1
I looked
decibel.
up, but saw nothing following her. That was when the police ponies arrived. They spoke with me, and I went off to bed at 10:30.
10:30.
If that isn't an airtight testimony, Trixie doesn't know what is. By Rainbow Trash's own friend, no less.
How come Trixie's allowed to trash on
Fluttershy!
everybody, but...
Hi, Rainbow Dash.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination, if you please.
Did you see anything odd in there, Phoenix?
Not really. Trixie's right. It's kind of airtight.
Press.
Then what do we
Press
do?
it hard.
Poke holes into it until it isn't airtight anymore.
That's the spirit. I just hope Fluttershy isn't lying about anything.
Why
I
not?
actually hope she's lying, so I have something to work off of.
I was gonna say, it's kind of the DA's job.
It was during the night hours. I went outside to feed the chickens and the other ones.
Hold it! Okay, I was like a little early, but it's
So,
okay.
you say you went outside to feed your chickens and the other ones. What do you mean by that?
I'm taking care of a lot of exotic animals right now.
I see. How did you acquire them?
A zoo in Philadelphia is, well, renovating. And they needed a place for all the animals to stay while they do it. They heard about my talent with animals, somehow.
Sounds pretty fishy to me. I think Fluttershy's fronting a mafia money laundering scheme.
They had lots of birdies and critters that I've never seen before. And I always like to meet new animals.
How long have you had these animals?
3 days now.
Is it hard work taking care of them all?
Objection! What, pray tell, does this have to do with murder?
Well, I kind of like animals too, and...
Stop going off topic, you incompetent fool!
I think you're dumb.
I really hate you, Trixie. You know that? I'd better keep note of these exotic animals, though. Something about it.
When I was near my chicken coop, I heard a lightning bolt in the distance, and it scared me.
When was this?
You heard thunder while you were in your chicken coop?
Well, it was lightning.
No, Fluttershy. Thunder produces the sound, not lightning.
Wrong again, Mr. Wrong.
For the last time, Trixie, it's right. Would you please stop calling me that?
Actually, here in Equestria, lightning is what produces the noise when it strikes the ground.
That makes zero sense, though.
That wasn't what I wanted to ask anyway. What time is it when you heard it?
8:40 on the dot.
That's quite exact. How are you so sure?
One of my chickens is diabetic, and if she doesn't get her blood sugar raised within a certain amount of time, she dies.
Midnight snack. I couldn't send them to bed without one. What if they starve to death while they're sleeping?
It's kind of morbid.
I never realized the importance of midnight snacking.
Judging by your physique, I think you did.
Fluttershy.
And that's my clueless judge.
Are you positive it was lightning you heard and not something else?
I'm sure it was lightning.
How did that guy get a job as a judge anyway?
Me. I remember getting scared when I heard it. I nearly dropped out my chicken feed.
This lines up with the time of death and when the initial lightning bolt was set off.
After I finished feeding my chickens, I saw Rainbow Dash flying away from the forest, like something was chasing her. I called out to her, but I don't think she heard me.
Rainbow Dash!
How long did it take you to feed your chickens, Fluttershy?
About 15 minutes.
And you're saying you saw Rainbow Dash fleeing from the forest at that time?
Yes, I thought
that would be 8:55, right?
How fast she was flying.
What did you do then?
So if it was 8:55 and she left, then
and she just ignored you?
Yes, I don't know why. I yelled so loud at the top of my lungs, like this. Rainbow Dash, what's wrong?
Yeah, I haven't the faintest idea how she didn't hear that. So, you didn't see anything chasing Rainbow Dash?
Yes, I watched the forest until the police arrived, but I didn't see or hear.
What's up with the second lightning bolt? Like, that's bothering me.
What is it, Phoenix?
I think I just found a contradiction.
You mean Fluttershy is lying?
I don't know why, but something she said is impossible.
Impossible?
Your Honor, can you please have the witness amend that statement to her testimony?
I don't see why not. Witness, please add your previous statement to your testimony.
Okay.
Real talk, though, that second lightning bolt's really bothering me. Nobody saw it, nobody heard it, and it wasn't found at the scene of the crime, so it had to take place, like, beforehand, right?
Fluttershy, are you absolutely sure about this?
I'm sure. Not a peep or pony came out of that forest until the police came and spoke with me. Then I went to sleep at 10:30.
Objection!
Oh, you objected.
Mr. Wright, please don't frighten the witness.
Right, sorry. But there's a contradiction in this testimony.
What contradiction? Everything she has said meshes with the evidence to a T.
Except...
No, there's one thing that isn't right. Fluttershy, you said you were watching the forest until
I'm ready for the
police
chorded
arrived,
music
correct?
to pop up.
Yes. Did I do something wrong? I'm so sorry if I did.
No need to be sorry. But you didn't hear or see anything come from the forest?
I didn't see or hear anything else come out of the forest that night.
Then there's clearly a contradiction here. Actually, two.
Please explain what these contradictions
I
are,
actually haven't
right?
the finest...
Fluttershy
haven't the
should have seen
foggiest
someone leave
idea.
The forest. The previous witness, Apple Bloom.
Oh, you're right.
That's right!
But I didn't see Apple Bloom. I promise.
You see, Fluttershy, you had to have seen Apple Bloom if you were really watching the forest all night. The prosecution even confirmed there's only one way in and out of that forest. And the entrance is right by your cottage.
I don't understand. Why would Fluttershy lie like this?
I don't know either. We've got to pursue this issue, otherwise we're cooked.
I don't know why, but I didn't see her.
You're full of shit, dude.
It's not just that. There's another thing, Fluttershy. You also stated you heard nothing as well. Earlier I was told lightning makes a noise when it hits the ground in Equestria.
Yes, that is right, Mr. Wright.
Then why didn't Fluttershy mention hearing the second bolt of lightning?
See, that's what I'm
Fluttershy says
saying.
she watched the forest until the police arrived, and they witnessed the third bolt take down a tree firsthand. The second lightning bolt is unaccounted for.
I only heard one bolt of lightning, though.
Objection! Maybe she just forgot about it.
Objection!
You tell her.
She stated the first bolt of lightning scared her, from which we can conclude that every bolt of lightning could have been heard from Fluttershy's cottage. It's very clear this witness is afraid of lightning.
And everything, for that matter.
Yeah.
Yes, it's true. Lightning scares me. It is so loud and scary. Like that voice you just did, Mr. Phoenix.
Objection! My voice
There
is
you
not
go,
scary.
Trixie. She would have remembered the second bolt of lightning frightening her if she had heard it. Also, let's not forget, Applebloom didn't mention seeing or hearing this lightning either. Now that we know the lightning could have been heard from that far away.
The defense has a point.
And Trixie thinks the defense has nothing.
Excuse me?
Why is that?
So what? She didn't see Applebloom. What does that prove? Do tell Mr. Wrong, Trixie is all ears.
It questions the credibility of your witnesses. You said it yourself. There's only one way in and out of that forest.
Remember another thing. Anything beyond what Applebloom said after the time she heard the lightning bolt is irrelevant.
It isn't, though.
You can't say this is irrelevant information when your witness didn't see your other witness leave the forest.
Then tell the great and powerful Trixie what it means. Trixie knows one possibility, but that's up to you to say what it is, Mr. Wrong. That is, if you have the guts to.
If she just said she knows the fucking possibility, then she's obligated to say it, right?
Thought so.
What is she talking about, Phoenix? You know a reason why Fluttershy didn't see Applebloom?
I do, but I can't say it.
It was
Why
because of
not?
those pictures.
I just can't, Twilight. I'll be safe and use the other contradiction as my steed for now. Fine, forget that. We can't overlook this second bolt of lightning, though. It could have been the real cause of death, making this all just an accident.
Didn't you hear Trixie earlier?
Huh?
Lightning doesn't hit the same spot twice in Equestria. Just as you can't divide by zero. The body was found directly
Theoretically,
under
you
where
could
the
divide
first
by
bolt had
0. You
struck.
just kind of get
Not to
infinity.
mention the odds of
Or
a stray
negative
bolt of
infinity.
lightning hitting the victim by
It really
chance
depends
are
on
highly
what...
improbable.
Okay, no.
Especially since he was wearing
we
a
can
lightning
hop
suit.
into that in like a whole
I
different
remember
time.
her
Number
bringing up
File knows
this
what they're talking about. I don't.
suit.
It's what the Pegasi wear when working with weather. Or, in this case, a modified version designed for large-scale races where they might encounter dangerous weather conditions.
How exactly does the suit work?
It's a two-piece suit, worn on the head and body. The fabric is made up of an effective insulator that protects Pegasi from being harmed by lightning.
Then how did he die if he was wearing the suit?
There are some parts of the body that the suit does not cover, namely certain parts of the head and neck. A precise, aimed bolt could still hit him in the sweet spots, which is what Trixie is basing her claims on.
But it's still possible for a random bolt to hit him in one of those exposed spots.
I'm surprised you haven't realized it yet, Mr. Wrong.
Huh?
You have been babbling about Trixie's witnesses not seeing the second bolt of lightning so much you seem to have forgotten. The second bolt seems to not exist at all. Trixie will be sure to have a chat with the Pegasi who gave her these cloud ballistics to confirm it, Trixie assures you. Even if we take your silly theory into consideration, the odds of him being struck down by a random bolt of lightning are too low without having some concrete proof.
The prosecution's logic is very sound. The chances of a lightning bolt hitting the victim by chance are too small to hold water in this court without any proof, considering
true.
the protection he was wearing. Objection overruled!
Ah!
No! Every time I make an objection, she has it refuted just like that.
Ha! Too bad, Mr. Wrong.
Fucking...
Enough! I'm afraid the defense's line has run short.
okay, press the other point. Object it. You gotta. You got no choice.
Before I hand down my verdict.
I'm going to lose if I don't do something
You
fast.
said you could say something.
Phoenix, there has got to be something we can do. It can't end like this.
I know, but I need more time. I need more information.
Buy more
Please, Your
time.
Honor, make this
Fucking.
quick. Trixie's starting to feel sorry for this hopeless defense team.
There is one thing I can do. I didn't want to do it earlier, but I have no choice. I need more time and evidence. This is the only way.
Your
What are
Honor,
you gonna do?
Yes, Mr. Wright?
the defense would like to cast suspicion on another.
Another suspect?
Yes.
Is it
that is
Fluttershy?
correct, Your Honor.
Oh my god.
But who?
Is this the last bastion of Mr. Wrong? Let's hear it. Who is this mystery suspect?
I'm far from being done, Trixie.
You tell her.
The suspect the defense accuses is the witness, Fluttershy!
I knew it.
Huh?
Mr. Wright, what are you doing?
Fluttershy is a Pegasus. Therefore, she could have tampered with the cloud and the crime scene. Let's not forget, there was a very large time frame where Fluttershy was alone. She even stated she didn't see Apple Bloom leave the forest, when we all know she should have.
But I was watching it the whole time. I'm not lying.
Fluttershy also has connections with my client. She could have been the one who took the storm cloud my client was scheduled to set off, as well as gathered loose feathers and spread them around the crime scene.
I didn't do that.
This is pretty fucking cool.
She didn't do it.
But the defendant's hoof marks were on the storm cloud, Mr. Wright. How do you explain that?
She had to have worked with him
I'd
at
be
some
surprised
point.
if they weren't there, Your Honor.
I don't follow.
Simple. Rainbow Dash was to put those clouds on the eastern end of Ponyville, according to this weather schedule.
Oh!
Of course her hoof prints are there. She was just doing her job. Fluttershy could have come and taken one of the clouds with the marks on it, set it off, and removed her own markings from the cloud.
Huh.
That is possible, right?
Yes, one could wipe a cloud of their hoof marks.
Why would the
Then all
prosecution
more
admit
reason to
that?
suspect her.
I was home all day, though.
Phoenix, you're supposed to be defending my friends.
What about the dark forest, Mr. Wright? How would this witness have been able to see in it?
It must be like a backyard to her. She could probably navigate it by memory, just as you could probably navigate your house with your eyes closed.
This is a very bold claim, Mr. Wright. This meek little thing looks like she wouldn't harm a fly. Why would she?
Yeah, the only thing that's really missing is a motive, and I don't think she did
I
it.
have 10 pet flies. Michael, Donna, Steven, Eric.
Wait, those are names of characters from that 70s show.
To cover her own guilt. Besides, as the prosecution has stated, why she did
fuck?
it is irrelevant. The fact still
Okay.
stands. She's just as suspicious as Rainbow Dash.
I can't believe you're saying this. I trusted you.
You're going to need more proof to accuse this witness, Mr. Wright. Do you have any evidence that can place her on the crime scene?
In fact, I do, Your Honor.
Oh, the brown
This-
feather. You're right.
Feather? Does it belong?
It belongs to one of her exotic animals,
No,
is what it
I
does.
found this feather at the crime scene. It's way too big to belong to any bird or Pegasus pony in Ponyville.
Just what are you getting at, Mr. Wright? How does this relate to the witness?
Fluttershy,
Yes, Mr. Phoenix?
do you allow any of your exotic animals to go in the Everfree Forest?
Oh no, it is much too dangerous in there. They are kept locked up tightly when I'm not playing with them.
As I thought. Fluttershy stated earlier she's caring for animals not native to Ponyville. This feather could belong to one of them. It could have been brought there unintentionally by Fluttershy as she framed my client.
That's pretty fucking awesome. Who objected?
This can't go on.
Oh, come on, Twilight. Go fuck yourself.
Defense is objecting to
The defense?
itself?
Yes. Mr. Wright doesn't know what he's talking about. His words are nothing but slander and lies.
Oh, go fuck
Twilight.
yourself. You know Phoenix is right.
Zip it,
Ha!
Twilight.
I didn't mean to do
You're
that.
only his co-counsel and nothing more. Discrediting an attorney like that will get you held in contempt.
You're a hypocrite. You've been degrading him all day long.
And that's it. Trixie has just called Mr. Wrong names. Never once has Trixie accused him of lies or slander, which is a serious accusation.
False indictment, slanders, lie.
As always, Miss Trixie, another outburst by the defensive counsel, and
God
they
damn
will
it.
be held in contempt of court.
Keep your mouth shut, Twilight.
Trust me, I don't want to do this, Twilight. But it's the only way I could buy more time.
Back to the matter at hand. I still have a hard time believing this little pony would do something like this.
The evidence speaks for itself, Your Honor. This feather puts Fluttershy on the scene of the crime.
It's still
I
kind of
demand
leaving.
further investigation to find out if this feather belongs to any of Fluttershy's animals.
Yeah, and that'll buy you another day. Gotcha.
Miss Trixie, what is your opinion on all of this? You have been surprisingly quiet regarding all of Mr. Wright's claims.
That's out of
You know
character.
what? Trixie agrees. Fluttershy is suspicious. The investigation team did indeed see this feather on the crime scene. We brushed it off as just a plain old bird feather, but as Trixie's feeble opponent has pointed out, it does seem kind of big up close, and with this information regarding these zoo animals, it does seem to cast suspicion over this witness.
Yeah, see, she's not in it for the prosecution, she's just in it to get, you know...
proceeding until tomorrow for further investigation.
Yeah.
You don't think Trixie knows this? Another one of Twilight Sparkle's little friends in the Slammer is reward enough for Trixie today.
Yeah.
2 for the price of 1, as they say.
She doesn't really care for the prosecuting, she
and
just wants to get
Trixie has
revenge.
you to thank, Mr. Wrong. You've made this experience much, much more fulfilling. Perhaps Trixie will give you a voucher to her next performance.
He would.
All proceedings for this case will be suspended until tomorrow. Bailiff, please take the suspect into custody for questioning.
Wait, where are you taking me? I
Oh.
wouldn't do that to any pony. Twilight, Mr. Phoenix, help!
Well, that's pretty
Phoenix.
awesome.
How could you?
What have I done?
She's gonna be in the fucking Slammer for like 1-2 days tops, get over it.
Tomorrow.
Trixie shouldn't need to if they're planning on keeping that second-rate lawyer over there.
Court is now adjourned.
Well, there you go. What's that? To be continued. Whew. That's interesting. No, I don't think Fluttershy did it, that's true. I really don't. Still, though. That's weird. If Rainbow Dash didn't do it... No, I'm having a really hard time, actually. I genuinely don't know. I was just joking earlier about Gilda, but... I mean, now that I think about it, she does have brown feathers, obviously. Like, the griffin feather would probably be larger than a normal bird. On top of that, you have to consider she's probably in the Equestrian 500 as well. At least I would assume so. So that would give her a motive, and there's kind of evidence tying her back to it. Oh, I just got a special thanks! Ah! Yeah. Right now, I'm thinking Gilda. I mean, it might be leaping, it might be fucking totally wrong, but I'm running with Gilda right now. Yeah.
Mia?
Huh? Mia? What about Mia? Oh boy. Now I'm excited to see part 3 and where this takes us. God, now I need to think. Actually, thinking is for later. I need to speak right now. Okay, yeah, that was My Little Pony Turnabout Storm Part 2. And this is a really interesting series. I know that it's not the best. There's, you know, grammar errors. There's some, you know, iffy voice acting here and there. It's got its flaws, but what I really do have to give it credit for, it's got me thinking. It's got you considering. Its story is very reminiscent, and it's very accurate to, you know, Phoenix Wright lore. And I mean, I can buy it. I really do. I really can buy it, and I'm interested in seeing where it goes. The story is definitely strong, and I think it's holding up in this part. So, you know, if I can actually find myself interested in actively trying to speculate the answer to a mystery plot, like especially a murderer mystery, not a murdery mister. If I find myself actually speculating in any kind of mystery scenario, then the plot is engaged enough to where it's effective, and I think that this is no different. You know, obviously, like, the overall quality can be iffy at times, but that, I mean, it does the job. It does more than enough, and I think that I absolutely am interested I absolutely am interested in seeing where this goes. Anyways, that having been said, thank you all for watching. My name is Soundspeed, and I will see you guys next time.